Let's go to the phones. We always like to introduce you to, business people doing good work in this town. And, of course, one of them is Jeff Jr., Trajan Wealth. Jeff, welcome back, sir.
Well, thanks for having me. Good morning.
Good morning to you. There's a variety of ways that Trajan Wealth has been helping their clients over the years. Where would you like to go today? Well, give us a strategy that you're helping your clients with. Because we know saving money is always an interesting thing in people's worlds. So
there's so many different things we could talk about today, like GameStop for one, or American Airlines.
Oh, let's go GameStop. Get me going on GameStop. This is
sure.
This is so. My brother Joe came on the thing, and he's like, on Monday on the show, and he goes, "Man, GameStop." He's looking at it going off the wall, and I'm like, "You mean the guys who are closing actual retail locations?"
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like Blockbuster, right?
It is.
We know where that went.
So tell us the GameStop story, sir.
And what I'd say is I don't know if I could help our clients or anybody with GameStop specifically, but it's kind of an interesting topic, and it's in the news now. This is what's known as a kind of a short squeeze. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but you've got people on one side of the equation that they make money by selling the stock short, and what that means is they make money when the stock loses value. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Well, it's one of the part of the market stuff that's out there to play. So,
yeah. And then you have the other side, which is a lot of these people on the Reddit forum that kind of want to stick it to the man, and so they're kind of pumping up the price of the stock. So it's crazy. You've got a $4 stock that went all the way up to $500. I'm not quite sure where it's at now, but and that just happened in a matter of days.
So what we're learning is basically these smaller investors kind of are screwing the hedge funds? Is that what's going on?
That's exactly right. It's kind of an interesting twist. I think it's great. Yeah, I think it's great because a lot of the hedge funds have been doing it for years. And so this is just a very interesting twist. I mean, I'd say, though, to the everyday investor, it's not something really that you want to get caught up in because GameStop is going to fall. We saw it a few years ago. It's something very similar happened with Volkswagen, but it's definitely entertainment. I'm watching it right now.
Well, and somehow they got Elon Musk to tweet about it, and then that jacked it up.
Right. Yep, that's exactly right.
There'll be a TV show or they could do a movie about this maybe one day, like the Big Short movie.
The Big Short, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty entertaining.
We'll have to figure out a good clever title for the GameStop. Or maybe it's GameStomp, like you said. I think that's
GameStomp. That's right.
I think that's the way to go.
Right.
So, how are your clients feeling at Trajan Wealth about now that we have a change of government and maybe a different way on things might be getting down economically? What are they telling you, and what's your strategy for clients right now?
I feel 2021 is going to be a pretty good year. Regardless of what goes on in the government, I think regardless of what party is controlling, there's a lot of dysfunction in it. So, as far as the market's concerned, I'm very optimistic about the market. Barring any black swan event, only because we've got interest rates at all-time lows. We have the government that has pumped so much stimulus money and is continuing to pump stimulus money into the market. And then there's really no other place to invest that has the potential to earn any interest with the exception of the stock market. Look at your savings account as an example. It's earning next to nothing. So where are you going to put those dollars? Well, if you want to earn a little bit of interest, it's going to be the market. So I'm very, very optimistic this year.
Well, I think one of the things that changed the attitude, Jeff, is that we found out there's enough Democrat senators that don't want to blow up the filibuster, which will then slow down anything too weird from passing Congress.
Hopefully. From your mouth to God's ears.
And, of course, one of them is our own beloved Kyrsten Sinema, who, of course, knows that she would like to get reelected. And if she somehow if she's the one who's like one of the people, let's blow the filibuster so we can kill the tax cuts. Do you know who's going to be an ex-senator from Arizona?
Oh, for sure. And that seems to be a trend lately.
Let's say you have someone who is the absolute rookie, right? They just don't know nothing about it, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you start those clients off at in your world?
Well, it really depends on. Are they starting with absolutely no money? Is that what you mean by rookie?
Let's say they have the they have a 401k at work and they got $20,000 sitting at a CD at Bank of America making -2.
Well, I always say, I love the saying that we've got hearts of teachers. I really believe we're in the business of educating. We're not in the business of selling. We're in the business of educating. So it's really a matter of taking a deeper look at what this individual's goals are, what they want to achieve, what their age is, what their risk tolerance is, and explain that in simple terms, and then really put together a plan for them. So it's really as simple as that. So our process is generally a 2 to 3 step process. The first meeting that we have, we generally spend about an hour just getting to know them, getting to know what their hopes are, what their dreams are. And then the second meeting, that's when we really kind of deliver a plan and put together a plan for them. So it's really, it's a customized solution that meets their goals, and we can speak their language, whether they are completely novice or whether they're very sophisticated investor.
So, of course, you can go to TrajanWealth.com to find out who. There's definitely have local representatives that you can talk to right now. One of the listeners just messaged me through my Facebook page. They want to know, who is Trajan? You're a Jeff Jr.
Right. Well, my last name, we've actually received some calls over the years and says, Junior, why doesn't he use his real last name?
Right.
That is my real last name. It's really Junior. I told my dad when I was younger, I said, Dad, why Junior? Kids make fun of me, Junior. Right. And I said, why couldn't we have a cool last name like Senior? And he said, son, when you're my age, you're going to appreciate Junior.
Amen.
I'm like, all right, fair enough. But
when I first heard it, I really thought, was there this culture? There's a corporate culture, right? That your dad is your dad, Jeff?
No, he's not. No, I hear that all the time. Jeff Jr., that would be horrible.
So the name Trajan, where does that come from?
Sure, but Trajan is a Roman emperor. I really like history. My son and I, we visited, we took a European vacation, and one of the destinations was Rome, and it's just always been very intriguing to me. So Trajan was a Roman emperor. He was actually one of the good guys. He grew the Roman Empire to the largest extent, largely through military intervention, but he was one of the good guys. And I can relate. I was in the Marines for 4 years back in the early 90s, and so I really like the story.
Wow.
And that's where it came from.
You know what I love? You're now forcing people to go, like I just did, go to the Wikipedia and look under Trajan. So
look under Trajan, that's right. That's right.
Aureus of Trajan, here we go.
Right.
Love it. All right. Well, remember, TrajanWealth.com to find out, to talk to, one of Jeff's, good people that do what they do. And again, Jeff, we appreciate the partnership, and keep doing the good work.
Nice talking to you, Chris.
Same here, Jeff.
All right.
That's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, TrajanWealth.com.